are viewed online. And we will compare the data and analyze first. And then we'll have the international motivation. And the second will be video clips and oral reflection and conclusion. And this is our introduction. Since we have done the surface program learning this semester, we want to present our data of 4 aspects to show whether the student learning abilities progress or not, and how do they feel about learning English. However, there are some problems that the only data we can compare and analyze is the result of individual scores and the average scores among 4 aspects in pretest, but we will try our best to explain the data clearly and meaningfully.
But you get it, right?
Yes,
You got
for sure.
data, so you can delete this one. Just move on.
Okay, we know. Fortunately, we solved the problems today, so we will show you the result and the comparison later.
So we make the comparison between individuals and the average in pre-survey among 4 aspects. And I'm in charge of the first aspect, which is internal motivation. And from this data, we can see that the average score is 3.5, and which is not bad. And Emma gets the highest score while Patty gets the lower scores. And I think that it is the reason why Patty gets a lower one is that she doesn't like the way the teacher teaching in their elementary school.
This is a post-test? Or
Pre-test.
Pre-test. Oh.
Because she has tell us about it. Yeah. And from this data, we can see that they almost like to learn English, but the data from the question in 28, which is quite contradictory, since if after recording, the scores should be quite the same as the question 2 and 3. And I think it might be some students didn't pay attention to do the survey. And the question 33 shows that they think learning English isn't that easy.
Hello, I'm Emily, and I'm going to talk about the active participation, and it translates into Chinese is called 主动参与. And I will make the definition for the active participation first. I think active participation means that students have desire to learn English well and adopt some initiatives like listening CD or reading some English magazines like this, or review the content teachers had taught before. And you can see these questions, and you can find the range of the number is a little bit high. The range is a little bit high, and you can see in question 3 and 12 and 13 and 24, students mark lower number, especially for 12 and 24. And the common point for number 13 and 24 is that they are all extracurricular activities. And in question 24, you can see that it can suggest that students have fewer ambitions in participating other activities. They just practice by themselves. And you can see Emma and Patty get the Emma and Shirley get the highest point on active participation, and on class they do really participate, and they raise their hands to answer questions very actively, while Patty get the lowest score in active participation. And this is my analysis. They are more willingly to actively participate in their textbook. For example, most of them mark 4 to 5 on question, like they are willing to ask teachers questions and want to have more English class. However, they don't have that much motivation and passion on contests or extracurricular activities. For example, most of them mark only 1 to 2 points on the question that participating in English speech contest.
I'm in charge of self-efficacy, which is, so we got an average score of 3.2, and I'll start my analysis. So most of the questions you see here are related to confidence, and it's related to how they view themselves. And there are some questions that are asked negatively, rhetorically. So we decoded the questions. So we got an average score of 3.2, which is not a really high score nor a low one. And we found out that Sherry gets the highest score, and Patty got the lowest score. As what Maddie just said from the first section, that Patty actually she is actually a really advanced learner, but in fact that she is not confident in herself. So when she was filling out the survey, I asked her why that the answers she's filling are contradictory, because I couldn't understand. She was really interactive, and she was really active in the class, and she asked a lot of questions that are not taught in the lesson. So I asked her why she is unhappy and unsatisfied of the class. And then she told me that because she doesn't like the teaching method of their own school, their elementary school, but they like our teaching method. So during the following classes, she asked me a lot of questions about the lesson, the vocabularies we taught her. So from her case, we found out that she lacks of confidence. But she is interested in English. She is not like some of the students who they don't pay attention in class. They actually fooling around in class. So based on the statistics, most of them, they are willing to learn English, and they do believe that they have the ability to learn English well. But what is the most important is that we need to find the best method, the best way for them to be interested, to be motivated into learning English. And by doing so, they'll build more confidence. And I think that is the main purpose of this analysis. That is the conclusion that we find from this section.
And I'm in charge of the learning attitude. And from this individual average, we can see that the highest is Emma and the lowest is Patty again. And the group average on learning attitude is 3.9. And Emma gets the highest and Patty gets the lowest. And in general, they are all willing to learn English and pay attention in class. And for Patty, it's the same reason that she once told us that she didn't like the teaching method of her teacher, but she preferred our teaching method that is more games and more interesting. And this showed us that the teaching method could also affect the students' learning attitude.